Did it hit? No, it looked like it missed. Cricket will favor us with another crack at soon.
Is that really it?
What?
Well, I was thinking, is Cricket really the one that's cracking these for us?
Well, that's how it's always been. Drop the nut, Cricket sends a Kraken along, we get the nut. It really isn't that complicated. Of course it's Cricket doing it. Who else?
Well, what about all of our stories? Our storytellers and historians say so many different things. If you look at it in different ways, then there are other interpretations of the cause.
But why would you do that? Cricket makes everything work for us. Cricket is the reason that crows exist. Your crow's crow, and the entirety of crow as we know it.
Well, maybe the stories are different. Maybe you need to look at it differently. The cause comes from the stories, not the other way around. For example, we both know that the storytellers have noted many changes around the world, with us crows, the land, and all other life. Cricket picked the Krakkors to be the form of life to provide us with bountiful food supplies.
Well, yeah, obviously.
The changes Cricket made to the Krakkors improved them, allowing them to provide us with more food. They're vital to our survival. It was written by Oracle Jove, ancient Kravkin, that they were once smaller and looked like furry, tree-climbing animals with tails. We've seen other life in the treelands that resembles these legends.
Yes, and from there, Cricket took them from the forest and transformed them into the chosen servants of Crow. Every crow knows that.
All right, but what if it didn't happen just as it was written? What if, instead of suddenly being touched by Cricket, they changed over time? We know us crows can change gradually. Why do we assume that they don't?
What? I don't think that's how it is. We're different. We're not the simple animals they are. Krakkors are the tools of Crow and nothing more.
There's no reason gradual change is impossible for the Krakkor. The changes would have to have been very subtle. From the phase of the forest animal to their current form, their heads changed shape to be taller and less long. If this granted them some sort of advantage, it would have let those Krakkors survive more often and produce children.
Of course it did. They were the chosen servants. They had to rise to another level.
If the survivors with their advantages produce more children, then they will also have the advantages. Those children have those advantages, produce children, and so on. It's just like how we work. You always said you had your father's beak.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that history points to gradual change over time for the Krakkors, just like with us. They have the ability to change based on the advantages that they gain and reproduce those traits in their children.
Even if that was true, Cricket still moved them across the world to serve us. They can't fly, so Cricket had to do it himself. Cricket is responsible for that, surely. How else would they have spread?
The crows have convened many times before during the Cricket pilgrimages, when the great cold takes our land and our food, and we have no choice but to move closer to our brothers. What if the Krakkors were affected by this too? What if they had to move to warmer places, then move back out when the great cold left and warmer weather came?
That's fine, but what are you getting at?
Well, if they had to do this as often as we did, it probably helped them with spreading out. It would draw them in during the great cold and push them back out when it got too hot. Us crows simply fly wherever we want to go. The Krakkors could not do the same.
Doesn't it seem simpler that Cricket simply moved them to where they are now?
Simpler, sure, but it doesn't seem reasonable. There's a pretty good explanation in their movement between the cold times and following their food sources, for example.
Yeah, what about their food sources? How do you explain their ability to kill prey and provide us food so efficiently? It's quite clear that Cricket designed them to be good at their job.
The cause notes clearly that the Krakkors were improved to further serve the crows. They were given control of the element of earth to better kill their prey.
Yes, of course. They were given that ability to assault prey from a distance. They needed this ability to be able to take down larger, more dangerous animals.
Right. Storytellers claim that the weapons were later molded into smaller, sharper shapes that could cut their prey more effectively, enabling them to cut their prey into small parts and pieces for other uses. Later, they began to control fire, which further improved their ability to gather food. This is an ability that granted them advantages like eating previously dangerous food. All of this resulted in a Krakkor population that was highly adaptable in terms of finding food in many different regions. The Krakkors were able to expand throughout Crow because of this.
No, that's because of Cricket. He improved them to better serve us.
From there, the Krakkors have become even more efficient at providing us with food. They visit the food shrines to Cricket every day to provide food for us. Their relationship with the Krakkets make it so while they no longer kill prey with their control over the earth element, they crack our nuts for us and kill many smaller animals for us to graze on.
Right. The work of Cricket is glorious indeed.
Not necessarily. All of these changes could have been easily carried out by the Krakkors. Elements like gradual adaptation, use of tools, and their ability to survive in many different environments are all traits they could have gained on their own. In fact, they've shown the ability to do it all on their own. Adjust, adapt, survive, and thrive.
What, without Cricket? You're saying the Krakkors are self-made beings merely coincidentally providing for us? Are you saying that the cause, that Cricket and our oracles are all wrong? That we've been lied to all this time?
Well, yeah, maybe.
What? Well, I don't believe in that.